Okay, we are live. Okay, we're recording. Okay, so fine. So let's carry on. So yesterday we spoke about the Manishtana, and the Yesod of Manishtana is that the mitzvah of Haggadah bincha has to be derech she'ela v'tshuva. That means that there has to be questions and answers. That's the method of telling over the story, and we explained why does it have to be that way. Right. And then we got into Avadim Hayinu. We went into Avadim Hayinu Lefarav Mitzrayim. We started off by saying just Pashup Shat in what's going on at this point. Just again, I'll say it again. The general thing of just always remember, be mindful of this. The flow of the Haggadah, the flow. Remember the flow and the theme of what he's doing. You know, you've just asked, why is this night different than all other nights? And now what the Haggadah does, he gives a answer, Bekitza. He gives a Bekitza answer, an intro. So why is this night different? You've asked 4 questions. You asked me, why is this night different? So he says, because we were slaves to Paro in Egypt, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out, and Maisa B'Rebbe Elazar, and Harayani Keben Shivim Shana, and Baruch HaMakom Shnaza, and there's 4 Banim, and da-da-da-da-da, and you get to there, and that's the end of the answer. That is the answer to the question. All of that is the Haggadah answering in a general overview type of sense the questions that you've asked. That's what the Haggadah is doing. Then, after that, he gets into the real, you know, the kishkas of saying over the story of Yitzim Mitzrayim, which we'll get to. We'll explain that, right? But that's the flow of what's happening right now. So the Haggadah now is giving a overview of why is this night? Why are we doing these weird things? What is different about this night? And the answer is Avadim Hayinu Lefarav Mitzrayim. V'yotzianu Hashem Elokeinu misham b'yad chazaka b'zroa netiyah ve'ilu lo hatzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu et Avadim Mitzrayim harei anu uvnenu uvnevenu mushu'abadim hayinu Lefarav Mitzrayim. Good. Yeah? So first, you know, we spoke out yesterday that the basic pshat question, which everybody asks, which is, you know, how does that work? Why would we still be in Mitzrayim? And, you know, we said that the pshat pshat in this is that that the reason why the world moves, the reason why world events happen, is because of Klal Yisrael. Right? In other words, that means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a tachlit for the world. He has a plan for the world, and the pushers of the agenda of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world are Klal Yisrael. And Memela, if there was no Yetzias Mitzrayim, which is the thing that created Klal Yisrael, there would be no reason for things to move in the world. There would be no point, because there's no plan. There's nothing to push the plan forward. There's no one to be Makabel the Torah. There's no one to learn. There's no one to do all of these things. There's no one to express Gilui Ritzonoi in the world. So Memela, there's no reason for anything to move. So yeah, we'd still be slaves. Well, why not? Why should there be a Gula? Why should anything move? There's no reason for it to move. Right? That's the Pashup Shat. Yeah. So now there's a Gra, which he makes an amazing Hadgosha here, right? Which again adds a certain level of depth to what the Haggadah is saying over here. The Gra basically points out that you have to know how to read the text that is in front of us. Right, so if we look, it says Avadim Hayinu Lefarav Mitzrayim. Again, it was Hayinu, we were, right? V'yotzianu Hashem Elokeinu misham b'yad chazaka b'zroa netiyah ve'ilu lo hatzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu et Avadim Mitzrayim harei anu uvnenu uvnei v'shim Hayinu Lefarav Mitzrayim. So the Gra points out the Hadgosha is not just that we came out. It's not just that we came out. It's not that's not the Hadgosha that the Baal Haggadah is making over here. It's ilu lo hatzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, we know, we're going to see later in the Haggadah, that it's Ani v'lo saraf, Ani v'lo shaliach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gets involved himself. There was no intermediaries. There was no, we said this yesterday. We spoke this out yesterday. Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Chovez's Hakdama to what Leila Seder is about. That there's 2 Hanhogas. There's the Hanhoga Hativit and the Haga Hanisit. Right, which means the natural order of things, and the way that works is with systems. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu has malachim and sarafim and drochim and systems and teva and nature and everything else. and all the alamas and everything. If any of you have learned Nefesh HaChaim, all of these systems that are inbuilt with how HaKadosh Baruch Hu runs the world. And Yetzias Mitzrayim was Mechadish. There's a new Haggadah. There's an Haggadah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu deals with you directly. He deals with you himself. Right? That's what the Haggadah of Yetzias Mitzrayim is. And that's why Yetzias Mitzrayim was the HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself gets involved, and he comes in and he does Yetzias Mitzrayim himself. Ani v'lo tzaraf, ani v'lo shaliach, ani v'lo acher. And the Gra is pointing out over here that the Nekuda here is that ilu lo hatzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu et avotenu Mitzrayim. If he didn't do it, harei anu uvnei uvnei hayu mashuvadim lefaro b'Mitzrayim. Yeah, now look, that's Megala on how you read the beginning of it. Avadim hayinu lefaro b'Mitzrayim v'yotzianu Hashem Elokeinu misham v'yad chazaka v'zra netuya. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out. And if he didn't take us out, harei anu uvnenu uvnei b'nu mashuvadim hayinu lefaro b'Mitzrayim. Right? What's that Haggadah that he had to do it? It has to be him. It has to be HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. Because, again, this was the point. The point of Yetzias Mitzrayim is that there is a new world order. There is a revolution. People like that word these days. Right? There's a revolution and a new world order. There's a new way that the Bria is functioning. And that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is being Machadish. And therefore, it has to be him. Right? And the only thing that took us out of Mitzrayim, the only reason why we escaped that thing called Mitzrayim is because we are the people that are mechuyev and are obligated and are charged with the responsibility to bring that plan and that hanhaga to fruition. Right? That's why we moved. And if it wasn't HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself doing it, we'd still be there. Because the only reason why it ever happened is so that we could be his agents. And therefore, it's him. It's all about him. He's getting involved. Yeah? Clear?
Why do we switch from Hashem Elokeinu to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? We hit in Hashem Elokeinu and we say
I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't know. Hashem Elokeinu misham biyad chazaka v'zroa netuya. Don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't know. I'll see if I can look up something that's interesting. I wonder does he speak about that?
I should ask it, please.
No. Look, he talks about Yad Chazak. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't know. All right. So here's the Nakuda. All right. So like this. So there's a Maharal also which says this, that he points out, it's in Gvuras, that again it's very matim with this Gra, that it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself that is getting involved and taking us out of Mitzrayim. And he says like this. He says, when we say that us b'neinu uvnei b'neinu hayu mashiv vadim leparo b'Mitzrayim, so what does that mean exactly? What in other words, what's the Haggadah being said over there? So says the Maharal also, like, why does the Haggadah have to point that out, that we would still all be there? The way he asks it is like this. Also, any person, you had slaves in America, right? Till only a few hundred years ago. So let's say one of these slaves gets freed. So if that slave was never freed, so he, his son, his grandson, and all of them, they would still all be slaves. Right? If they weren't free. So why is that not true? In other words, what's the special Haggadah, right, with the Haggadah is pointing out that we, our children, and our children's children would still be. In other words, yeah. In other words, the way the question of the Maharal is, it's always like that. Whatever you do now impacts not just your life, but the life of everybody that comes after you. Like, so, yeah, for sure it's like that, right? So if HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't do something over there, so the world history would be different. Right? That's the Maharal's question. So he says like this: there's a massive chiluk. So I'd love to read it to you, to be honest. Hold on, see if I can find this. Can you all still see me?
Sam, you can see him? Yeah.
Hold on. I can find this. Yeah, here we go. All right, hold on, I'll bring it a bit closer so I can read this to you. He says, "Ki hayetzia hi mityacheset el Hashem yitbarach." The Yetzia of Mitzrayim is mityaches to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. וכאשר השם יתברך הוציא את ישראל ממצרים, לא הוציאתם שהיו במצרים בלבד, אלא כל הדורות הוציא. He took out all of the דורות, כמו שאנו אומרים בסוף ההגדה, לא את אבותינו גאל, אף אותנו גאל עמהם. So he says, and then he carries on. ורצה בזה, כי כאשר הקדוש ברוך הוא סילק כוח מצרים מישראל, when הקדוש ברוך הוא removed Mitzrayim from כלל ישראל, לא היה ההסתלקות הזה במה שהם היו בדור ההוא. The הסתלקות of Mitzrayim was not just for that door. שאם לא הייתה יציאה, כי אם לא אותה הדור בלבד, רק שנמשך היציאה לבנים גם כן, דון לזה אדם אחד שהיה יושב במדינה. If it wasn't like that, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't do it for everybody, he was just thinking about that door. So it's like any person that was in a Medina, ובא חכם אצלו ואמר לו צא ממדינה, והאיש ההוא היה הולך על מדינה אחרת, and he would, run away from his shibud, וניצול המוליד גם, and his children were also saved, right? In other words, it's always like that. לא היה הדבר כך במצרים, it was not like that. אלא, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שם עינו לא רק אל אותו הדור, אלא שם עינו לכלל ישראל הראשונים והאחרונים. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu was motzi Am Yisrael mitzrayim, he wasn't just thinking about that door. He, because he's a HaKadosh Baruch Hu and he can do this, and he's Netzach, and he's, he's everything, right? He is Metzias, and he's Hayah, he's thinking about Klal Yisrael as a whole. He's thinking about the door now all the way to Yemot HaMashiach, and he's thinking about all of that. And with all of that in mind, he's being Motzi Klal Yisrael Mitzrayim, right? He's having in mind everybody, right? When he's functioning now. Right? So now, Frek the Maral, what's the obvious kasha? What's the nafkamina? Who cares, right? At the end of the day, either way, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a slave now. So what's the nafkamina? Ve'im toma my nafkamina, im haya mechaven la'avot v'hayu nigalim b'mikre. Sorry, no, I read that wrong. My nafkamina, right? He just asked, so who cares? So he said, listen to these words. This is unbelievable. Im haya mechaven la'avot v'hayu nigalim b'mikre, right? If he was only mechaven for the others, so that means that the bonim, they're outside of Mitzrayim, b'mikre, grada, as a side point. It's not be'etzem. עכשיו שכיוון אל האבות ואל כל הדורות, אי אפשר. לא. ואם כיוון לאבות בלבד, היה אפשר לבנים לחזור אל השיבוד. ועכשיו שכיוון אל האבות ואל הבנים, אי אפשר. Right? Says the Maharal like this. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu was only mechaven for that door, so that means that everybody that comes after that, he wasn't be'etzem nigal. He's still, his yitzia from Mitzrayim is b'mikre. It's grada, right? What's the nafkamina? He can go back to shibud. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't free you. He freed your others. Right? You were never be'etzem given chayrus from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you could go back to shibud. Because it's not be'etzem. Right? But because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he wasn't just having kavanah for us, for them. He was having kavanah for us as well. He was having kavanah for all of the doros. So that means we are just as much nigalim as the people that were nigal in the Doradeya. It's be'etzem. It's not grada. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he did that, he had in mind us as well. He wanted that we should be Bnei Chorin as well. He wanted that should happen to us. We should be Yotzei Mitzrayim. We should be Yotzei Mitzrayim. Oh, right.
So what? And then what? What is that?
Oh, very good. All right. So now, and what's the nafkamina of that? What does that mean? Right?
Well,
So
we now have more of a chiyuv. We have much more of a chiyuv to be Masapa and to do all the mitzvahs of Haggadah as if it was us, not just our of us. It's
Okay.
our chiyuv, not just
Very
our
good.
of us.
Excellent, right? Excellent. But I wanna put an akudah there. Right? I wanna add an akudah to that. Right? So because he had in mind for us Be'etzem, so what does that mean that he had in mind for us? So why would he have in mind for us also? Why does he want that you should also be Be'etzem and Igal? Why does he want that? So the reason why he wants that is this. Because Yetzias Mitzrayim, again, we're going back to the original Nakuda that we spoke out. Yetzias Mitzrayim is about, not just about, there was a geographical thing. It's a new Hanhaga in the world. It's a Hanhaga of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu deals with Klal Yisrael Be'etzem, because they're part of his agenda, they're part of his plan, and therefore he is interested in your life and he's interested in your avodas Hashem. And that means like this: when HaKadosh Baruch Hu is taking everybody out from Mitzrayim, he's not just having in mind, oh, I want to get these guys out. So no. There is the reason why this is happening is because there's a whole macro plan that has to happen over the history of the world. It's going to bring everybody all the way till Yimos HaMashiach. Right? And these are the people that are going to make that happen. And therefore, I'm having in mind, when I'm taking these guys out, everything, the entire plan, I'm interested just as much in what they're doing in Tafshin Pei as I am in the Dorodeya, because it's all one big thing. It's all one big agenda. It's all one big plan. And Mamela, I want that this new world order, this new Hanhaga in the Bria, should happen all the way till the Yemos HaMashiach, and every single person in Klal Yisrael has a critical part to play in that. And Mamela, when I therefore take everybody out of Yetzias Mitzrayim, I'm not just having kavanah in you and everybody else is grada. I'm lechatchila interested in the avodas Hashem that you're going to do today. It's relevant to you. You are in mind. Your avodas Hashem. The Hanhaga, the new Giluyim, the new world order that Yetzias Mitzrayim is going to create is just as relevant, and it's just as much done and started in the Bria for you in Tafshin Pei as it was for them. There's no chiluk. Yeah, do you hear? That's the point. That's what it means that you are a nigal be'etzem. You're not just, it's not grada that your geula is happening, because you were be'etzem in mind. Your avodah was in mind. You are the next link in the chain to the tachlis of Klal Yisrael. And you know, Bayomahu Hashem echad u'shmo echad. It's every door. Every door has its chelek to play in putting that agenda forward. And Mamela, you are be'etzem a nigal. That hanhaga is shaykh be'etzem to you. It's not grada. So you can never go back to that shibud. You can't. What happened is gone. There's no more hanhaga like that anymore. Klal Yisrael are not shaykh to that anymore. That whole way of living is finished for us, right? Because we are part of Klal Yisrael and we are part of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's agenda. You know? Now, right?
Surely even with the Anhagas Hativi, we would still be B'nai Chayrin. What, even if it?
But
even
that's the point. It's not be'etzem. It's not be'etzem. In other words, you're not. You may have physically been out of Mitzrayim, just like the slave that gets freed. But that's not the point. The Yetzias Mitzrayim is not just a geographical thing. Right? That's not called that you're a Ben Chorin Be'etzem. Ben Chorin Be'etzem means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has an agenda, and he wants that agenda is shaykh to you, right? Just as much, 3,000 years later, just as much as it was to them. So therefore, you're in mind. It's the Hanhaga. It's the New World Order. It's the Tachlis, right? It's the being part of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's agenda. That is what Yetzias Mitzrayim is about. That's the Nakuda. Right? So Mamela, you have to be called a Nigal Be'etzem. So when HaKadosh Baruch Hu does it, when he's being goyal the Dora Day, he says, yeah, I'm also thinking about Gedalia Bamberger and Akiva Solomon. That's who I'm thinking about. And his brother that's smiling so nicely next to him. Right? That's who I'm, and Millet and everybody. Don't worry, it's thinking about all of us, right? So that's the Nakuda, right? Because he wants your avodah. Your avodah is a choshev be'etzem, right? He's having that in mind. He thought about that then as well. When Yetzias Mitzrayim was happening then, he was also thinking about that avodah because that's part of the plan, right? So you're a nigal be'etzem, right? Now you understand that the hemshech of the Haggadah, it just reads Kamin Chomer. You cannot don't have to be You don't need to explain anything, right? He says, and therefore, ואפילו כולנו חכמים, כולנו נבונים, כולנו זקנים, כולנו יודעים את התורה, מצווה עלינו לספר על יציאת מצרים, וכל המאה לספר יציאת מצרים זה משובח. Therefore, even if you're wise and you know, and you're big London, and you know Kol HaTorah Kula, and you're a Chaim Kanievsky, it makes absolutely no difference, right? You still have to talk about Yetzias Mitzrayim every year, right? You have to go back to that, because every year you have to reaffirm that I understand that there's, that I'm part of Klal Yisrael, and I'm part of this plan, and it's relevant to me. It's relevant to my life. It's relevant to my life. It's not just Sipur Shehaya. It's not just something that happened, right? It's relevant, be'etzem, to my life now. Right? So I have to speak about that. It's not an issue of yediyah. You're not reading a story. You're not just recounting a interesting thing that once happened. No, right? This is the building blocks of your life now. Right now. This is the building blocks of your life. And you were in mind when that happened. So you have to talk about it. You want to understand what your life's about? So speak. Daber al zeh. Tachshov al zeh. That's the hemshech as well. Now you understand the next bit. Maaseh v'Rebbi Elazar, v'Rebbi Yeshua, v'Rebbi Elazar ben Azariah, v'Rebbi Akiva, v'Rebbi Tarfon. All these people, they were good. They were good in learning. They knew a lot of Torah, right? You know, they were lamdonim. They weren't like, you know, Amaratzim, right? Rebbe Akiva wasn't an Amar. Nachon? Do we agree? Rebbe Tarfon was good in learning. Yeah, we agree. Right, very good. Okay, so good. Baruch Hashem. Right? So what does he say? What does it say? It says, Hayu Mesubim b'Bnei Brak. They were in Bnei Brak. Even Bnei Brak was around back then, right? Hayu Mesubim b'Yetzias Mitzrayim kol ota alayla. And they were talking about Mitzrayim that entire night. Ad sheba'u talmideim v'amru lehem Rabbeinu higia zman kriyat shema shel shacharit. They were speaking about the thing the whole night, and they were going into the details, and they were dunning about why are you going into all the details? Why do you do that? They knew it all. They knew every medrash, Baal Peh, pin test. Why? Why do you have to do that? They don't know. They wrote the medrash. They don't need to know it. They wrote the thing, right? Why do they need to do that? Because the point is like this. When it's relevant to my life, when it's the building blocks of my life now, so every detail becomes relevant, and every detail becomes something, every detail of Yetzias Mitzrayim becomes something that I can learn about and apply to my life now. Now. It's not just Sipur Sheh. If it's something that happened, so it's interesting. So it's a Sipur that was. So I'll talk about it. Beseder. Right? But if now I understand that I'm be'etzem enigal and it's right here, it's talking to me and my life now, so then every detail is something that I can learn from, because they're saying that I have to learn. Why were the makkahs like this? Why were the makkahs split up into three groups? What does each makkah represent? You know, what does that talk to me about my avodas Hashem? What is it? You could talk about this, forget one night, you could talk about this for 10 years, right? Because that's the building blocks of your life and what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you now. So Mamela, of course they knew everything, but it's not the point. The point is that right now, you know, in their situation where their life was at that point, Yetzias Mitzrayim is dorish something from them. So they're learning up Yetzias Mitzrayim and how that applies to their life now. Right? So mainly you can do it the whole night very easily. Right? If you're doing this properly, right, you can speak about this the whole night. Right? So now, right, ad kedei kach that, you know, the Talmidim had to come and tell them that they came to Zman Kriya Shema. That's you know, that's a pella. That's unbelievable. They were good in learning, but they also had Yerushalayim. Yeah, they also had a lot of Yerushalayim. These people, you know, I don't think that there was generally, you know, so. You know, I don't think that they had to worry that sometimes they, you know, I'm assuming sometimes Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Tarfon, they learned all night, you know, saying Rav Chaim Shmulevitz used to do it. So, you know, there's people nowadays that do it as well. So Mistama, they had times when they were learning, they were up all night learning. I don't think on those days they had to have their Talmidim come and remind them that it was time for Kriya Shema. Right? You know, they knew. They had Yerushalayim. They know they have to daven Shacharis now. Right? But Yetzias Mitzrayim was different, because it's the Ekronim. They were talking about the klalim of life. It was like, you know, it was like they got so much into the kishkas of how relevant this is and how this literally shapes everything that they're doing in their life, that, you know, they lost themselves. Unbelievable. So that's the thing, right? Then the Haggadah continues, right? This is the last thing I wanted to do with you guys today. The next chelek. Amar Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Hare ani keben 70 shana, ולא זכיתי שתהום יציאת מצרים בלילות, עד שדרש בן זומא, שנאמר, למען תזכור יום צאתך ממצרים, כל ימי חייך. So I was like 70 years old. ולא זכיתי שתהום יציאת מצרים בלילות, עד שדרש בן זומא. I didn't understand that you have to speak about Yetzias Mitzrayim even in the nights. עד שדרש בן זומא, למען תזכור יום צאתך ממצרים, כל ימי חייך הימים. That's to tell you that you have to say it every day. כל ימי חייך is to be marbe laila. וחכמים אומרים, ימי חייך עולם הזה, וכל ימי חייך להביא לימות המשיח. Right? So why did the Baal Haggadah bring that here now? So the reason why he's bringing that here now is the same thing. Understand that this thing is relevant to your life in the most essential way, and it shapes every aspect of your life. And Ben Zuma said, I understood it as I suddenly, only when I became the Godel, right, the Godel Ador, I became the Rosh Sanhedrin, did I chap? Why Dafka then? He did it, we can think about that, but, did I chap? That Yetzias Mitzrayim is not just relevant to today, it's also relevant to the other aspect of my life, which is called Laila. In other words, the lomdus of what's being said here is that you may have had a havamina that there's a chelik of your life that Yetzias Mitzrayim doesn't talk to, and that chelik would be called Laila. That would be, and there's different ways that people say it. That it means hestaponim. It means when you do aveiras. It means when you move away from Hakadosh Baruch Hu. When you're in Yemei Sinah. When nothing's going well. When your avodas Hashem isn't happening so well. That's called Laila. Zalolech. So there's parts of my life that are not shaykh to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. No, I have to say Yetzias Mitzrayim there as well. And that's the lomdus of why you say Kriya Shema at night as well. You have to mention Yetzias Mitzrayim and Kriya Shema because you have to say that every chelik of my life, everything, there isn't a nook, cranny, corner, nothing that is not shaykh to Yetzias Mitzrayim. My entire life, every aspect about it, every aspect is all built of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Because Yetzias Mitzrayim is Megala, a new Haggadah, and it's within that box that my entire life functions. There is nothing else. It's all about Yetzias Mitzrayim, Klal Yisrael, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's agenda. Nothing else. Every chelik of my life is relevant. That's what he understood. Yeah?
Why would he have a hover minute to think that every part of his life wasn't?
Because he had a hover minute that maybe when you're doing aveiras and when you're not doing avodas Hashem properly, so then that can take you out of being a Jew and being part of the Kadosh Baruch Hu's agenda. But it's not. Nothing can take you out of it.
You wouldn't even be able to do those aveiras.
What?
You wouldn't be able to do those aveiras. You wouldn't be in the world you are in now without Yetzias Mitzrayim. So obviously it applies 24/7, because 24/7 you're not in Egypt.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
As in the whole reason you're where you are today is because of Yetzias Mitzrayim, right?
That's true.
So how can it not apply in the times of aveiras, the times when you're far away?
But I would have a, I can say it another way, right? I can say, we could say it another way. I'll maybe put the concept in a different way. You may have a havamina that you can have, there's something called time off. Perhaps, let's say, I've worked hard, I had a good zman, and, I've been learning very stark, and now I just want to have a break. No, why do I want to have a break? Well, I want a break, right? I can have a part of my life that is not shaykh to avodas. I want a break now. Why? I just want a break. No, right? There isn't an aspect of your life that is not shaykh to Yetzias Mitzrayim, and that means that you have to justify that as well. In other words, you can say, I need to rest because otherwise I'll burn out. Oh, so that's something, right? In other words, there's not any chelik of your life that does not come within the brackets, or it's we paskin in Shulchan Aruch. Kol ma'asecha yiyu l'shem shamayim. That's a sif in Shulchan Aruch. That you have to be all of your ma'asim al Hashem shamayim. That means your entire life has to be shaykh to avodas Hashem, right? That's a big darga. We're not all there yet, right? But we have to work towards that, right? But the point is that there can't be any chelik of your life that is not shaykh to Yetzias Mitzrayim because it's who you are. You can't not be who you are ever. Right? That's who you are. That's your mahus. Right? That's your essential characteristic. There's nothing that doesn't connect to Yetzias Mitzrayim. Nothing. Right? Yeah, that's the idea. So now, then what do Chachamim say? Chachamim say another knage, right? Olam hazeh and Yemot Mashiach. In other words, the Haggadah is that not only does Yetzias Mitzrayim speak and shape and give the framework to our avodah now in Olam hazeh, but even Yemot Mashiach, where it says that Kadosh Baruch Hu will come and the Giluim of Mitzrayim will look like child's play, and the world will enter even into a new phase, right? And we don't know what that's going to look like, right? But even then, it's all built off Yetzias Mitzrayim. In other words, there is no part of reality ever, right? Not in your life and in reality as a whole, even Yemot Mashiach and Olam Haba and Lenetzach, that is not directly built off Yetzias Mitzrayim. Directly. Right? Yetzias Mitzrayim, you're going to understand even in the Geula HaSidla Sidlavoi, right, that everything came off the back of Yetzias Mitzrayim. And even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to show a new pan in the Bria, and he's going to do new Nisim, it's still going to be built off Yetzias Mitzrayim. Yetzias Mitzrayim, Bekitza, right, this is what the Haggadah wants to, you see, he keeps doing this, right, see, when you understand this, you understand how the Haggadah reads, right, he keeps hitting this Nakuda home. Yetzias Mitzrayim is everything. Why is this night different? Because tonight Yetzias Mitzrayim happened, and this is the building blocks of your life, my life, everybody's life, the whole of reality, everything. This is what it's all about. Yetzias Mitzrayim. That's the answer. Yeah. So that's where I wanted to get to today. Right. What we'll do tomorrow, we'll do the Arba Bonim. Yeah. That's the last bit of the intro of the Haggadah, and then he gets into the Sipur. Right, and then he gets into the Sipur. All right, so let's we can stop there, and right. So if anybody has any questions, you can feel free to ask. So while we're all here,
Thank you very